many of us tend to set New Year's resolutions, but I've found through conversations that I've been having with friends and family members, given the year that we just had, many people are afraid to set goals, and I can understand where that fear comes from. I completely get why a lot of people feel the need to be reserved, because 2020. As you might have picked up from the title of the video, today's video is about 4 habits that you can put in place to have a successful year. Okay, we're gonna jump into success habit number 1. Now, I know for a lot of people, when they think about, what does success potentially look like for me, versus how success potentially looks like for the next person, they think that if you know someone who's successful and you just ask them, what does it take, whatever it is that they're doing in their personal lives, if you sort of do that in your life, that means that you're bound to be successful. True, not. Yes, you can pick up on habits, but then always remember that it is entirely up to you and doing the actual work. Success habit number 1 is about being intentional. Yes, I'm just going to sound a bit philosophical for a second, but guys, it is so important to set goals. It is so crucial to know what success looks like for you and to be able to articulate that. Not just know as in like, yeah, somewhere in the deep down of me, I know what success looks like. No, put it onto paper. Say, for me, success, whether it's 5 years from now or when I die, this is how I want my life to look like, or this is how I want my life to feel like. You need to be able to articulate that, and the best way to do that is through writing. Now, yes, we've spoke about setting goals. You can set goals to say 5 years from now, this is the life that I want, but then also we then need to be able to track backwards and see how can you potentially make the moves to get you to the life that you want, right? And the best way to do that is to have an action list. 5 years from now, this is the way I want my life to look like. What can I do before that? What do I have to do before that? What do I have to do before I do before that? Am I making any sense? I hope I am. I hope that I'm not complicating your life at all. So being intentional simply means that you're able to articulate what success looks like for you and being able to set goals that can help you get to that bigger picture that you have for yourself. Now, don't be overwhelmed by the bigger picture. I know that sometimes either you can be, inspired by the space between where you are and where you want to be, and there are times where your goals seem very big and therefore you might feel intimidated between the space of where you are and where you want to be. So it's very important to set an action list and just to set milestones for yourself to say that, okay, if that's the life that I want, how can I potentially meet my future self halfway? And you do that by setting smaller goals, by setting milestones, to say that this month, this is what I can do. And then narrowing it down to say that this week, this is what I can do. And then from saying this week, today, this is what I can do. And that is what habits are all about. It's about being able to do something continuously, being able to do something regularly, and therefore then it becoming a habit. I know, there are different, beliefs around how long does it take to set a habit. Some say 21 days, some say 66 days is the latest. Some say 90 days. However long it is that it takes you, I think about 90 days sounds about right. If you can stick to an activity, for 90 days, don't even try and go too hard in the beginning. For instance, if you want to lead a more active lifestyle because mentally it's stimulating, and yes, #body goals, but you just want to be a more healthy person, perhaps don't start with a goal as hectic as saying you're going to go to gym an hour every day, an hour every day of the week. Like, that might be hectic if, let's say, before that you're not going to gym at all. So start easy, be kind with yourself, set small goals, and work towards the life that you want. Whether it's, this week I'm just gonna go for a 30-minute walk every morning. And that way you start building momentum, which therefore serves as motivation in aiding you to achieve that particular goal that you might have in mind. Success habit number 2, and yes, you knew I was gonna get to it, and you thought it was gonna be number 1, but it wasn't. It is number 2, and that is to have a morning routine. Now, I can hear all my night owls complaining about this one. Trust me, I am one myself. I work late into the night. I like burning the midnight oil, but I do understand the importance of having a morning routine. Remember, having a morning routine isn't always about what time you wake up, it's about what you do when you wake up. And trust me, it has absolutely nothing to do with checking your social media notifications. As much as I run a social media agency myself, I do set healthy boundaries. For instance, I do have a morning routine. I don't start my day with checking email notifications or checking my phone. In fact, I start with excuse me, why am I teary? I'm not teary. I don't know what that was. I start with a little bit of meditation every morning, and that is a habit that I used to do in the past, as well as do yoga. I used to do that all in the past, and 2020 happened and we got very overwhelmed, and we just started to wake up and get on with the day, and we forgot to center ourselves. And that is just something that I'm more mindful of being now in 2021. I am putting aside 30 minutes just to kickstart my day in the right way, whether that is doing yoga for about 20 minutes and then meditating for about 10, writing in my gratitude journal, or vocalizing 3 things that I'm grateful for. It's a really small task. It could be as simple as the roof over your head, having been able to wake up this morning and having a passion for life. That's very simple and straightforward, but you will see how that sets motion for your day. And then as you start your day just gets better. Or whatever life hands to you, whatever life throws at you throughout the course of the day, you are in a better mind space to handle. Now, I know morning routine sounds like a lot of work because there is a lot of content online about do these 10 things every single morning, and that can be overwhelming if you are not even doing one thing in the morning. So start with something very simple and straightforward. It can be one thing to say, every morning I go for a walk. Every morning I pray. Every morning I drink green tea while sitting outside in the garden. Every morning I stretch while listening to some good feel good music. Whatever it is to you, start really small and implement, even if it's just one thing as your morning routine, and as you go, build up onto that, and you'll see how great you feel. Try it. Message me about it. Tell me how it's going. I'd really like to know. Success habit number 3. Invest in yourself. I can't stress this enough. Many of us know what kind of life we want, but does the life that we want us? Are we even ready for the life that we want? Chances and often enough is no, we're not. And I know we spoke about the space between where we are and where we want to be, being some form of inspiration and not a sense of fear. This is where you meet yourself. This is where you meet your future self. You gotta invest in yourself. You gotta wake up in the morning and decide what kind of life you want. We spoke about that, being more intentional. We spoke about having a morning routine. And in success habit number 3, we are now speaking about investing in yourself. Investing in yourself looks different for everyone. So I'll just give you 3 pointers. You can choose one or grab all 3. Number 1, read a book. Please, even if you just read one book this year, please read a book. Please stop being the person that says I don't read. It does not sound okay. Do not say it out loud. Just don't say it out loud. Like, I don't know, like read something, anything really. Like read the Bible, read something. Okay, you gotta read because that keeps your mind alert, and that just has you thinking in a different way. It allows you to imagine life to be completely different. And as you'll find with reading, again, as a form of investing in yourself, it has to be a habit. This video is about habits, so it has to be a habit. And what that means is, don't read one weekend a year and chances are you're not going to finish that with that one book, right? But then also you're not going to then establish that as a habit. So what you want to do is to, in your day, find some time that works best for you. For some, it is first thing in the morning, again, back to a morning routine. Obviously, depending on how you structure your day, because it's all up to you. This is your life, right? We're talking about habits that bring about success for you, not for me, not for your neighbor, not for, no, for you. So you need to structure your day in a way that makes the most sense to you, and fit in reading somewhere there, whether it is 10 minutes every morning. Let me just start with reading a page, a chapter. Read for 10 minutes, read for an hour. However much time you have, fit it into your life, fit it into your schedule, because, wow, guys, no, we need to just read. We need to open up our minds and just be better people, continuously working on ourselves. Another thing that you can do as a form of investing in yourself is perhaps to start listening to better content. Whether it is obviously watching videos about, self-development, personal development, working on yourself, or listening to podcasts that are about your industry, whatever it is that you're doing in life. Upskill yourself, listen to how to be more successful, how to be a better person. Whatever issues or areas in your life that you might be struggling with, I promise you there's over 1 million videos online on how to be better. You can listen to podcasts about anything and everything. So start investing in yourself in that way, in terms of the content that you consume. A third way in which you can invest in yourself is to take a short course, because yes, you can listen to videos or podcasts on how to be a better entrepreneur, but then also you could learn about how to, and take tests and challenge yourself, see where are you doing better, how can you think differently, how can you apply what you've just recently learned. And the best way to do that is to do short courses. There are plenty of short courses online that often aren't even going to cost you a cent, just your time. And again, we're speaking about investing in yourself and forming habits that allow you to have a successful year called 2021. And you're gonna invest some time, right? So you already know what success habit number 4 is going to be. If you did not know, then I'm about to shock you. Success habit number 4 is to eliminate. Process of elimination. What exactly does that even mean? Is to say that, like Oprah once said, you can have the whole world, you can have anything you want, but not all at once. And what does that even mean? It means that you can build an empire, you can get your MBA, you can also go clubbing, you can always be available to anyone and everyone, but chances are then you're not going to do some of those other things, or you're not going to achieve some of those other things, because everything needs time, and we all only have 24 hours in a day. So you need to invest your time wisely. You can do this by eliminating a few things, like perhaps watch less TV. I'm not saying cancel TV entirely, but do you really have to watch everything that they provide you with from 6:30 until 10:30? Do you really? Do you really? What would happen if you cancel one show? I'm sure you can cancel one show. Think about all the shows that you watch from 6:30 until 10:30. Do you like them all? Do you? Do you really? But I'm sure there's one storyline that is not even entertaining you anymore, but you're still watching. Why? Don't do that to yourself. Process of elimination. Go from 4 shows to 2 shows. Pick your 2 favorite shows out of all those 4, 6 shows that you watch every day, and that gives you an hour. What can you do with an extra hour in your day? I bet you could do a lot. I bet you could study further. I bet you could read a book. I bet you could work on yourself, right? Let's make 2021 a better year. This is not to say here's a plenty of pleasure applied onto you. It's to say that you deserve the life that you want and you should totally go for it. Set yourself up for success, not failure. And the only way to do that is to choose you and to take charge of your life and to apply, hopefully, all these 4 success habits into 2021. I'm wishing you a very successful year ahead. Comment in the comment section and let me know which of these 4 success habits stood out the most to you, in the sense that you knew you probably should do it, but you never really cared to do it. And perhaps this year, this is your number one thing. This is your one thing that you're changing. Perhaps you are being more intentional. Perhaps you are finally going to establish a morning routine. Perhaps once and for all, you are going to invest in yourself. Or perhaps you now understand the importance of the process of elimination. Prioritize yourself. Choose yourself this year. Okay? Cool. If this video spoke to you, share it with a friend that you feel like might be in need. Don't forget to hit the like button, just so that I also get to know what content you like to get from me and I can do more of that. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you are a long time subscriber, it is great to have you back here. Hit the bell button so that every time I put up a video you get a notification and you don't miss any of that good content. But I'm more consistent on my socials, so you can find me on Instagram. It's at Lesedi. All social media platforms. Jump in my DMs. Don't be afraid. Let's have conversations. Let's do better. Let's have a tribe. Let's be there for each other this year, because we know how lonely it can get. And I mean, we're still living in very difficult, unpredictable times, and working from home isn't easy for many of us. So if you need an accountability partner, don't be afraid to hit me up. You know, let's keep each other accountable. Let's check up on each other. Let's root for each other. We can all win. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time.